All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Harakak I want to give double honors to the apostle of Great Millstone who grew well and teach well. And I want to say Shalom, Baba Kwarim to the hopeful elect. All right, it's your brother Karat Dazah. Coming back with another lesson, man. Just reading news and stuff, trying to be a watchful individual and warn the people. As you can see, this is on Defense News, all right, and it's talking about nuclear modernization, all right, speeding up as arms controls on the brink, all right. So I'm gonna just read a little bit of this, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures and talk about nuclear missiles, man, all right, because nuclear missiles is what's coming to destroy Babylon the Great, all right. Overall warheads in the world decreased in 2019. Don't believe that, all right. But broad modernization of efforts by the biggest nuclear countries, all right, don't believe it's coming from Washington, all right, and that's where your oppressor sits, along with a degradation of arms control agreements around the world could mean a dangerous mix for the future, according to an annual report from the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. The organization estimated, this is just an estimation, at the end of 2019, 9 countries possessed 13,400 nuclear warheads, down from 13,865 warheads. All right. Hold on. Let me get this scripture. This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy. All right. Going back to the article talking about nuclear missiles, man. All right. The reductions were primarily due to numbers dropping under the New START nuclear agreement between Russia and the United States. All right. Russia and the United States, they had a Cold War in the early, I'm going to say 1960s, 70s, whenever, right? I'm not too privy on that. But I know Russia don't like America, and America don't like Russia, along with other countries that don't like America. All right, Russia is, remember, these numbers are just an estimate, all right, because the scriptures is going to tell us how many nuclear missiles are going to blast this place in America, all right? Russia is the largest holder of nuclear warheads, according to surprise numbers, with 66,735, of which 1,500 are deployed. That follows the U.S. at 5,800, with 1,700 deployed. I remember these numbers are estimation, man, okay? And it wouldn't be smart for, the world governments to publicize how many nuclear weapons that they actually have stored up, man. But the scriptures are going to tell you, all right, we're going to get that. The two countries account for over 90% of the world's nuclear arsenal, all right? Let's see, I'm going to click on this and see what this says about nuclear arsenal. All right, okay, nothing. All right. The United Kingdom, 250, 120 deployed. France, 290, around 280 deployed. And the other two nations believed to have deployed nuclear warheads, all right, are China, 320, India, 150, Pakistan, 160, Israel, 90, North Korea, 30 to 40. All right. Both the U.S. and Russia are engaged in expensive, widespread modernization efforts of its nuclear arsenal. All right. They trying to build up their nuclear weapons, man. All right. Because these nuclear weapons is not going to sit in museums, man. All right. These nuclear weapons are going to be used to destroy America, man. All right. And wherever else the Lord puts his spirit on them to go. All right. But if you look at this table right here, it says World Nuclear Forces by January 2020. All right. All figures are approximate. The estimates presented here are based on public information. All right. They only going to let you know a certain amount, man. Not all governmental information is going to be let out to the public, man. All right. And contains some uncertainties as reflected in the notes to table 10 -1 to 10-10. All right, so you can see the numbers, man. All right, it says year of the first nuclear test for the United States, 1945. Deployed warheads, 1,750. Stored warheads, 2050. All right. Other warheads, 2,000. Total inventory, 5,800. So on and so forth. All right. All right, here we go. Russia, meanwhile, has spoken openly about developing hypersonic weapons that could be nuclear equipped, and invested in novel weapons such as Status 6, an underwater drone that could be equipped with a nuclear warhead. All right. Moscow has also vocalized new deployments for its weapons, and on June 2nd made official a policy that it may use nuclear weapons in response to conventional attack. All right, so that's what we want anyway, man, because we want the destruction of America, and Lord will, all right, something pop off soon. All right. Let's see. I want to get to this one right here. It says, however, Chinese officials have reported and categorically denied that it would be willing to join such an agreement. All right, this New START agreement, if you read up the paragraph, all right. And experts largely view efforts to create trilateral nuclear arms control pact as a New START replacement for non-new starters, leading to widespread agreement among analysts. This New START is likely doomed under the Trump administration. All right, or will America's doomed under the Trump administration, man? All right, America cannot keep, it doesn't keep any treaties that it has. It breaks the treaties that it has. All right, let me see. All right, read this right here. Those two investments by the world's two nuclear superpowers come against the backdrop of a collapse of numerous arms control agreements. 2019 saw the formal end of the Intermediate Range and Short Range Missile Treaty, and in the United States, and in May, the United States announced its intention to withdraw from the Open Skies Arms Control Verification Agreement. So nobody should want to make pacts with this beast, man, with this whore, man, because all it's going to do is deceive and trick and put sanctions on you, man. All right. So this article, all right, I want to bring this article out because nuclear destruction is coming, man, and these countries are preparing their weapons for nuclear destruction. They are preparing their weapons for World War III, man. All right. Now let's see the impacts of a nuclear weapon, man. All right. All right. This is an Army appendix that I found. All right. On nuclear weapons effects and responses. All right. Employing nuclear weapons requires an understanding of their effects and target responses. Those effects of military interest that occur in the first minute are the initial effects. Those that occur the first minute are residual. After the first minute are residual effects. It may be hours or days before the consequences of some of the effects are known, and that they may last for extended periods. All right. We know when these nuclear missiles hit, the Lord's going to cause everything to be on fire. All right. I want to get this right here in this first little paragraph. All right. The energy released in a nuclear explosion enormously exceeds the energy released in the chemical explosion. The energy or yield is measured in thousands or millions of tons of TNT, kilotons or megatons, respectively. A nuclear weapon detonated at low altitude forms a fireball. Okay, fire. All right. Its initial temperature ranges from millions of degrees, and its initial pressure ranges to millions of atmospheres. In the target area, most of the energy from nuclear weapon detonation appears as three distinct kinds. All right, a blast, a wave with accompanying high velocity winds and drag effects travels outward from the burst faster than the speed of sound. Thermal radiation, a fireball emits intense thermal radiation at the speed of light, heating and burning objects in surrounding area. Nuclear radiation, neutron and gamma radiation from the detonation produces casualties and in many cases material damage as well. Nuclear radiation absorbed in the atmosphere produces ionized regions, which may interfere with propagation and electromagnetic waves associated with communications and systems and radars. All right, that means everything's gonna fail, man. The partition of energy, if I said that wrong, forgive me, of energy released as a blast, thermal radiation and nuclear radiation depends primarily on the weather, on whether the weapon uses fission or a combination of fission and fusion. All right, I'm not gonna read fission and fusion. All right, I'm about to get some scriptures, man, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, man. These scriptures, prophecy. How about Shemal Shai coming back and doing what he got to do, man, to get us up out of here? All right, this is Revelations chapter 9. Start at verse 14. Start at 13. And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the Euphrates river, in the great Euphrates river. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and for a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. All right, this is talking about these nuclear missiles in this article I just read, man. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. All right, so these numbers that we see right here are not actual numbers, man. We know through the spirit, through the scriptures, all right, through Yahweh Shemal Shai, that there's going to be 200,000, all right. And that's a lot of missiles, man. All right. Let me see what this thing got right up here. Slocky, give me a second. All right, it's not hitting nothing. I want to read it. Okay, so, and then verse 16, and the number of the horsemen of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. Verse 17, and I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of the mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. So out of the front of those nuclear missiles, man, all right, once they hit wherever they're gonna hit, is gonna produce a lot of fire, man. All right, now let me show y'all this. All right, did some Googling, and I found this Bible handbook to Revelation. All right, so let's see what this says. All right, I don't know how close it is or how close we can get to seeing it. All right, it says right here, verse 17. All right, now let me slide up. All right, yeah, okay. So the riders had breastplates, the color of fire, and of hyacinth, if I'm saying it wrong, Salakia, and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses are like the heads of lions, and out of their mouth proceeds fire and smoke and brimstone. All right. It says right here, horses, the lion-like appearance of the horses' heads indicates that these horses which will be instruments of warfare, all right, will be ferocious like lions. In Revelation, the lion is a sign of terror, 10:3, and destructiveness, 13:2. And we know ultimately who's gonna be doing all the destruction, man. Yahweh Shai, all right. All right. This word right here, hyacinth and brimstone. All right. The Greek word translated hyacinth, if I'm saying it wrong, Salakia, all right, refers to a deep blue gem, so that this color would suggest a sulfur type smoke. Throughout the Bible, brimstone throughout the Bible, brimstone with its yellowish color has been used by Yahweh as a vehicle of judgment on those who have despised his righteousness. All right, so who's the main country despising the Lord's righteousness, man? America, all right? Fire and smoke and brimstone, all right? Fire, of course, is red in color. Together, these three elements, red, deep blue, and yellow, depict great destruction by heat. These beasts of warfare will emit them from their mouths, these elements of fire and smoke and brimstone on people, all right? On people, man, all right? All right, on people, man, all right? So, thermonuclear fire, man, all right? Thermonuclear fire, all right? Verse 18, by these three was the third part of men killed by the fire, by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in the mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and their heads and had heads, and with them they do hurt. All right, these nuclear missiles, man, I just read to you, they're gonna the effects of them, a blast of them, all right, a blast wave with accompanying high velocity winds and drag effects travels outward from the burst faster than the speed of light. All right, thermal radiation. All right, all this is detrimental, man. All this is coming, man. You see right here, millions of degrees, man, which is gonna cause that red, deep blue, and yellow fire, man. Okay, all right. Let me see what else I got. The Lord is coming, man, and he ain't playing no games, man. All right. How about Shemal Shai is not playing no games, all right? He wants America destroyed, all right? And he wants his kingdom set up, man, and you should want the same thing, all right? This is Joel 2, a fire devour, 2 and 3. Let me start at 2, all right? Because it's going to be a great day, man. It's the day of the Lord, man. A day of Joel 2 and 2, a day of darkness and of dark gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall it be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Talking about these missiles, man, all right? It's not going to be any more after it, because the kingdom that's coming is going to be peace, man, all right? The kingdom of Yahweh Shemal Shai is going to be peace. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. All right, that's what's going to happen when millions of degrees of fires burning this place up, man, from whatever country, all right, that the Lord, all right, has those missiles hit America from, all right, Russia, China, Iran, okay, North Korea, all right. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen they shall run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains, on tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of the flames of fire, that devoureth the stubble, and as a strong people set in battle array. All right. You know, it's just talking about how the missiles are going to stay in order and, you know, wound the people, man, wound the land. All right, let me get 2 more scriptures, man, then I'm gonna close out. Thermonuclear radiation, thermonuclear fire is coming, man. Okay. All right, but the day of the Lord, this is 2 Peter 3 and 10, Salakia. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up, man. All right. Millions of degrees, as we saw in that document, man. All right, is what's going to hit this place. All right. And, you know, Israel, because the Lord's going to cleanse that place too. All right. Because all the wickedness that's going on in there. All right, everything's gonna be burnt up, man. All right, everything's gonna be burnt up. This is Psalms. I think it's 11. Yep. Okay. Psalms 11:6. All right, this is Psalms 11:6. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and horrible tempest, and in horrible tempest. This is the portion of their cup. For the righteousness of Yahweh loveth righteousness. His countenance doth behold the upright. All right. So the Lord's gonna burn this place, man. All right. This horrible place called America, Babylon, man. This wicked place, man. All right. It's gonna burn, man. All right. And Lord will, we be out of here ASAP. All right. This is Revelations 21:8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars, which is the ways America teaches you to be, shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. All right. Kwame Yasharala and the Baba Ba. Shalom.